Hey everyone, so I wanted to make a video about something I was thinking about yesterday. I was like, I wonder how many people have, this ringing in the ear sensation and they have no clue what it is. Because I remember when I first started having it, I thought it was something physiological. I thought there's something like something wrong physiologically with my ear, or something physiological was causing it. And luckily, there was other people online who spoke of the same thing. Otherwise, I would have thought, it was physiological. People online were talking about, spiritual evolution and that sort of stuff, and associating that with the ringing of the ears. So right then and there, it released a lot of anxieties and worries that I was having about this intense ringing. So I figured I'd give back and make a video about this. I don't know how many videos there are specifically about this, but I figured one more couldn't hurt, and it could only help. So, what is the ringing in the ears? Well, first, before I start this, I want to say that I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not licensed in any type of medicine, so this is not medical advice, and I'm not preventing you from seeking medical advice or anything like that. I'm suggesting it if that's what you feel you should do. I'm merely speaking of this from a spiritual standpoint and a personal standpoint as far as what I've associated with the ringing of the ears and what I think that it is. So, so the ringing of the ears, the way I see it is the higher dimension, which, is within. So calling it the higher dimension or all that's kind of misleading. But this, this other dimension, just for the sake of this discussion, this other dimension has a frequency. It has a different vibration. And it's much like these dimensions, so to speak, exist in this space that we currently inhabit right now. And there's probably an infinite number of dimensions. And each one is vibrating at a different frequency. And depending on the vibration of that frequency, literally is a different reality. And again, they all share the same space and time. Well, not so much time the way I see it, just the same space in the sense that it's here and it's all around you and it's right in front of you right now. We're just not tuned to all the frequencies of all the dimensions. Our mammalian brains they pick up basically just on this physical reality that we know of, which is the dense matter and stuff around us. This very familiar physical reality is really just our brain picking up on those specific frequencies. Our brains are limited to just picking up on these frequencies at the moment. However, mankind is going through what I would call mutation process in evolution, going through a very sped up portion of evolution where what I believe we're now evolving into a higher state of consciousness, a higher state of observation, the ability to see and access a quote higher dimension or a different dimension. Another way of putting it is we're getting the ability, physiologically, the ability to tune to different frequencies of reality. And this is associated with, the higher dimensions, which you might call fifth dimension or whatever. Now, the ringing of the ears I associate specifically with that, quote, dimension, or what I should say, that frequency of that specific dimension, right? So that frequency that we haven't been normally picking up on is now becoming accessible to us. And one of the most profound ways to notice it, as far as I'm concerned, is the ringing of the ears, because it's the most notorious. It's the most physiological of all the other things. Like, for example, if I want to see these frequencies, I would have to essentially close my eyes and enter a state of meditation to do that. However, with the ringing of the ears, I could be in any state. I could be walking, just even in complete thought, and then all of a sudden there's this really intense ringing in my ears. And when that happens, when I can, if I can, I like to go into a very deep meditation. I like to meditate after I hear the ringing. And what I've noticed is that I'm able to tune into that frequency using the vibration in my ears as a kind of a like a sign, like a frequency that I can tune to. It's almost like it's a certain frequency that I'm being given, and I can tune myself to that frequency. It's like a roadmap. It's like telling me, okay, here's the frequency. This is, this is what it is. Match to it, and then you'll be able to access a lot of the things from what you might call the higher dimension. And it works every single time I hear the ringing in my ears. I am instantly in a very deep, relaxing, a very deep meditation, and usually visuals and all sorts of things come after that, and it's a very fifth dimensional type of experience for me. I won't go too deep into that aspect, but if you are experiencing the ringing of the ears, I would highly suggest that when you do hear them, meditate right in that moment if you can, because you have to also realize that there's consciousness, there's beings in this life, right? And there's life in all the dimensions, and they're constantly trying to communicate with us. And a lot of times, for whatever reason, however they do it or whatever, they use the frequency to communicate to us, these other consciousness, these other beings, whatever you want to call them. And so in a sense, it's the frequency of the dimension, but at the same time, it's almost like it's able to be like used as a tool or something by consciousness in the higher dimensions. So anyways, if you're hearing the ringing of the ears, a lot of the times for me, it's some conscious being, something conscious trying to get my attention. It's saying, hey, there's something important, something maybe important is happening, there's a sign, there's some sort of synchronicity I should be aware of, or sometimes it's really just an invitation to just quiet the mind and really get into a deep form of meditation and allow that very subconscious type of wisdom to flow through me and really kind of like reprogram me in the sense of like just becoming more ascended, more evolved. My body, I feel, is actually literally changing, and going into these meditations and experiencing the higher dimension allows me to not only be able to do that from a mind or spiritual aspect, but of a very physiological aspect as well. It's like I said, our bodies are physiologically changing. I don't know the specifics, but I can literally feel my body changing, and I can feel the groundedness of the shift, that it's not just a spiritual shift, it's literally a physical one as well. So yeah, so if you're hearing the ringing of the ears, what I do is I go into a meditation and I try to match my frequency. This is just the way I describe it, so however you think of it, it's going to work. It just takes a little bit of practice. You'll probably pick up on it like right away. It should come natural to you. But the way I see it is whenever I hear the frequency, I go into a deep meditation and try to match my frequency, my conscious frequency, the frequency that I am experiencing in that moment. I try and match that frequency with the ringing in the ears frequency. And I can literally feel my vibration raising and lowering as I do this, and it's kind of this like teeter-tottering kind of thing for me because I try to tune to it, because you can't, it's like it's a certain frequency and you can overshoot it, you can undershoot it, and then so you want to try to just kind of like match up with it. And when you do that, that's like I said, when you get into a very deep and transformative meditation, and wisdom and all types of stuff that you would normally experience through a deep meditation is available to you, but instantly. It's like you can instantly get into it. So this, the main purpose of this video really is just to reassure some people who might be typing this stuff up, like, what is the ringing of the ears? What is this? And getting a different perspective, because I know what my ringing in the ears is. It still happens. I know exactly what it is as far as I'm concerned. And if someone, and I'm very grateful for those other people who told me their views on what it is and helped me realize what it is for me. So I wanted to give a different perspective. This is my perspective. You just heard it. Hopefully that can reassure a lot of people, because random ringing in the ears isn't normal. It's not something we've always experienced, and it can be associated with serious medical problems. So it's nothing to take too lightly. But if you're on your spiritual quest, or you always felt like you were spiritual in some sense, or you had a purpose here, you just felt, divine in a sense, with some sort of purpose or something. I don't know. I mean, everyone does, but I don't know. If you feel that, that means then you're able to pick up on that. So if that feels like you, and you feel like you might be a spiritual person, then I highly recommend giving a good meditation on these ringing of the ears and see what that does for you. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, one more thing I wanted to add. You're more than likely, if you're vegan or you're vegetarian and you're doing a lot of like physical work as far as like spirituality, or just if you're vegan or whatever, you work out, you're in good shape, you're in good health, as far as what you eat and your workout routines and stuff, what you do for exercise, that's going to really increase your ability to pick up on these frequencies, these audible frequencies. So, if you are going vegan, more than likely you are hearing this stuff. I mean, I've been hearing it from a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are experiencing this ringing of the ears, and it's usually a lot of people who are eating vegan, working out, or just going through spiritual stuff. So keep that in mind as well. And a quick note on the vegan stuff: make sure if you're vegan, make sure you're getting your B12 vitamin. It's very important, and I don't hear it talked about too much. B12 is a vitamin that nowadays is only found in animal products. So it's very important for anyone on a strictly vegan diet to get a supplement for B12. So make sure you don't have any headaches or anything like that. Make sure you're balanced. If you're balanced, you're getting your B12, you're healthy, and you're still hearing the ringing of the ears, then try the meditation. All right, guys. See ya.